And then we'll move swiftly now to a matter which is scheduled to take place today. You may have heard us mention it yesterday on the program in the concluding session. We're joined now by Comrade Amechi Asugune, who is the Vice President of Nigeria Labour Congress. They say they've got something planned today. Well, thank you for coming on this morning, first and foremost.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think the planned action for today is actually meant to address the goings in the country. It's totally obvious that the situation of the country is no longer stable, and we needed to register some of these protests as expression of dissatisfaction.
What situation specifically?
Situations such like leadership, the governance style and models are threatening to the futures of the country, and we needed adjustment in the programs of government, adjustment in their style, adjustment in their demonstrations, such that Nigerians will be convinced that their future is also secured. You know, leadership is in your hand because you are voted to be there, and you must do everything possible, humanly possible, to ensure that the confidence of the citizens are actually protected. But today, the situation in Nigeria is otherwise, and that is why we find it very necessary to register a strong protest that we may consider as a warning rally in order not to call for a more mega rally that may last for days, such until our expectations are achieved. But as I speak to you now, the essence of this rally is to draw the attention of the government that Nigerians are hungry. They are not just hungry because they needed food. They are hungry, the appetite, the requirement, the desire of Nigeria. An average Nigerian has no hope. And hope is the only thing that gives strength to a man.
What would you say to those who are listening and saying, but wait a minute, I haven't heard any labor issue pop up in this warning protest you talked about?
However, I don't get that.
You say you're protesting so that they can adjust the style of leadership.
Yes.
How is that a labor matter?
It's a labor matter because we're talking about workers of the country. Who are the citizens and who are the workers? The workers are the citizens of the country, and people who drive the force, people who even motivate the economy are the workers. You know, when there is no money, there's no activities in the country. And when people are complaining, workers are truly the first group of people in the country to feel the impact of governance, positively or negatively. And you can see clearly that in most states, for instance, what is happening. Leadership done through, we're not talking about the federal government alone. We're talking about the style of governance in Nigeria is purely poor.
So this is across board?
But the protest is symbolic to federal.
So how are you going to carry on your protest today? Are you in every other major city?
No, that is why I call it warning protest. The warning rally is holding in Abuja, and we are to replicate same in Lagos. So the two cities are the only city authorized to carry out protests on behalf of Nigeria Labour Congress and TUC.
One would have expected that the EIA, who just carried out their own protests on Monday, would have worked hand in hand with you to have one bigger, or call it, if you will, a more successful protest.
But so why didn't you work with them, since everybody hit the street on that day, most of them?
No, you know, naturally, Nigeria Labour Congress remained a platform for Nigeria. And we work for Nigeria workers, work for Nigeria people. We drive the way, and I believe as we are to proceed, certainly those like minds will join.
Because to be frank with you, this actually puts you on the receiving end of this situation, because a group has already done that, and then you're coming to do another replication. Do you not think that the Nigerian people will not support you as you want to go?
No, the notice was already in the public before the action of Monday. That was neither here nor there. You know, the protest you referred to wasn't successful because it was to hold, and later somebody like Two-Face also said he was not going again. Reasons best known to him. So that alone gave injury to the protest itself, which NLC wouldn't have affiliated itself to such. And for the history of protest, NLC drive the way, and then like minds will follow. And as far as I'm concerned, the civil society and other groups that are actually ready to pursue this cause are always willing to join whenever they hear or perceive NLC coming out to lead a protest.
If I understand you, if NLC does not drive or initiate the protest, they won't join or collaborate or support any other group?
They can. But I'm saying that...
They haven't a couple of days ago.
You mean NLC themselves?
NLC and TUC.
NLC can collaborate if they are also informed to do so. Because don't forget, NLC is an institution. So they only carry out action as being mandated by the organs of NLC.
No, this is the issue. This is the problem. Let me just ask him this question. This is the problem. You, as NLC, are known for coming out and to make protests when you have issues of fuel price increases and or electricity tariffs being increased. This one is much more bigger. You're looking at the governance style. Yeah. Do you think that can change if you go on a protest? Can that change anything just in the immediate or even in the distant next 4 years?
No, they send a signal. You know, one good thing about democracy is it gives room. The protest itself is an expression of displeasure. So when a group like NLC is saying otherwise to what you are doing, you should know that truly something is wrong somewhere. And if you fail to change, democratically as well, we will get to the bridge and you will see it roll out.
Okay, Comrade Amaechi Asuguni is the Vice President of Nigeria Labour Congress. He will be hitting the streets from here. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.